Hello, and welcome to another Crack-a-Pack. Today I've got the Power Cube back, and as we've done before, we can pull some packs and make a small series of draft picks together. So to start, we can pull a 15 card pack to make our pack 1 pick 1 from. We'll pull a 14 card pack that we can imagine we're being passed for our pack 1 pick 2. And finally a 13 card pack for our pack 1 pick 3. So I will start by pulling out all of the packs now, and then we can look through them and make our draft picks. Let's get started. I will double check the count here to make sure we've got it right. That is 13. That is 14. And that is 15. So let's take a look at our first pack. We've got Flame Rift, Abrupt Decay, Black Lotus, right? Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx, Desperate Ritual, Blood Crypt, Batter Skull, Forbidden Orchard, Voice of Resurgence, Solemn Simulacrum, Sword of War and Peace, Library of Alexandria, Lore Seeker, Entomb, and Wall of Omens. So for this pack, I think Black Lotus is the pretty obvious pick here. It'll provide us some pretty serious mana acceleration. And I don't know if anything else is particularly close here. Maybe we could look at the Library of Alexandria. And maybe the Lore Seeker. For this cube, there is a special pack that only the Lore Seeker can access. And it's up to the player who drafts Lore Seeker if they want to introduce that pack or not. And I can show you really quick what we could have access to if we drafted a Lore Seeker. So it's mostly some swingy, powerful cards that players may or may not want to introduce into the draft. Kind of depending on the experience of what they want to have. But for me, I think I will let someone else make that decision today. And I'll just go ahead and take Black Lotus here and ship the rest. Let's check out our options for Pack 1, Pick 2. Starting out with Pernicious Deed, Sword of Fire and Dice, Mox Pearl, Wooded Foothills, Curian Ranger, Manamorphose, Palancron, Ancestral Recall, Regrowth, Gitaxian Probe, Bazaar of Baghdad, Talarian Terror, Hymn de Turok, and a Smuggler's Copter. So we're kind of running into the flaw of this exercise where I don't think it's very likely that we would be past a pack with 2 pieces of power in it. Obviously, there could be some pretty stacked packs, but I'm just wondering what the likelihood would be that someone didn't take Ancestral Recall. Maybe there could have been a Soul Ring in the pack, or maybe they took a Time Walk or a Twister. Even then, I don't know. I kind of think the pick still would have been Ancestral. So for the sake of the exercise, I think I'm going to ignore Ancestral here. Just imagining that the person who opened this pack would have taken it. But that being the case, I think I'll still consider Mox Pearl fair game. So I guess the question then is, are we picking Mox Pearl? Or are we looking at Bazaar of Baghdad? Or maybe even Smuggler's Copter? Yeah, for me, I think it's gonna be Mox Pearl still. Even though we don't know what color we are, it's still going to be useful, so I think I'll go ahead and take that. And now let's take a look at our final pack. For this pack, we've got Misty Rainforest, Natural Order, Kolagon's Command, Tropical Island, Dig Through Time, Elvish Visionary, Metalworker, Search for Azcanta, Volrath's Stronghold, Shriekmaw, Flusterstorm, Slaughter Pact, and Arid Mesa. So I think there's a few ways that we could potentially go here. The most disciplined, I would say, is probably taking one of these lands, of which we're most likely taking the Tropical Island. And then there's a bunch of stuff that we could do. For me, that's kind of looking like one of these cards. My heart, I think, is really going toward Natural Order. But we've also got a pretty good start for Metalworker here. Maybe we could continue down an artifact route and see how that pans out. I think Search for Azcanta could be pretty fun as well, but I would probably take the Tropical Island over that. The more I look at it though, I think I'm going to lock in Metalworker here. But I am curious to know your opinion on this, as well as all of the other picks that we made today. So let me know in a comment which 3 cards you would have picked from these packs, and I would love to talk with you. But that will do it for today. If you enjoyed this video, I would absolutely love it if you would give it a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll be back with new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. I truly appreciate all of your support, and I hope you have a wonderful day.